Good morning. It's like Saturday. I have no plans deliberately because it's going to be a really busy next few weeks and I don't know if I'll have creative time to journal. So I thought I would just vlog throughout the day to show all of the creative projects that I'm working on. And yeah, just take you on what a creative reset Saturday is like for me, because I've been feeling a little bit off with my creativity, and it's time to inject some fun into it. So let's get started.
Today's a special edition of Stationery at 4 from the desk. Journal with me. This is all going to be about my Halloween reflections, I suppose, what I've got currently inked up, as well as a journal with me with respect to Halloween. So we'll jump over to the desk and take a look at what I've got currently inked up. Start with my Navigator. So, well, intent when I was picking these colors was to try and match the...
I always felt like Saturday was the day to do activities. It was the day to go out, to hang out with friends, try a new activity, hang out with family, try something new, go on a quick day trip, and, do all of the resting on Sunday and do all the bed rotting on Sunday. But as I've gotten older, I've realized that I just need the full weekend to decompress and relax, especially from a crazy week of work. I know it's fun to go out and to try new experiences and to travel. I love all those things, but some weekends just feel like a home weekend. And this Saturday was one of those weekends where I just felt it in my bones that I needed to be at home, because I knew that the upcoming weeks were going to be busy. This Saturday in October, although it was cozy and I enjoyed a lot of the creative projects that I had to do, I actually had a lot of deadlines, personal deadlines that I needed to complete that were tied to my creativity. And sometimes that puts a little bit of some strain on the creativity and makes me feel a little bit nervous. But this Saturday, I just had fun with it, and I just spent the whole day creating. Basically, from when I woke up and I filmed that clip saying that we were going to be doing some projects, I was running towards my desk and excited to get to it. And then you'll see later on in this video that we will go into the wee hours of the night to journal.
Okay, so this is what we completed so far. I actually started this last night and I was trying to be creative, but I don't know, just after work, I just didn't feel like doing all that. So this is from when I was in Canada. We just finished this spread, and then we have, I think, like 4 more spreads to finish. I think I'm just going to catch up on that here, and then I need to catch up on my passport size traveler's notebook for Eggtober. That's another project that we need to do. And I also need to catch up drawing on Eggtober. That's another thing that I need to do on my iPad. And then I don't know if we're going to get time to this, but I have all these other travel journals to finish, but we shall see. That the main plan is to catch up here, catch up in for Eggtober. And I really want to set up my square plotter today and also finish doing all of the photos, or I don't know if I'll be able to finish this, but print and cut all of these photos. But if not, we can always do that tomorrow, but I have to run other errands tomorrow, and I really want to focus on all of my paper crafting, journaling, creative stuff today, and then do errands tomorrow.
It's funny to hear and watch the vlog portions that I filmed during the day, because I kept talking about all these creative projects that I wanted to do, and it seems so frantic, but at the heart of it, I had a really fun time this day journaling and actually, taking things pretty slowly. I think I was a little bit harsh on myself that I wasn't journaling fast enough, but at the same time, when I was living this moment, I really did savor and, go at a pace that felt right for me. And I think that's important when you're journaling. I think sometimes I have, it's unfortunate. Sometimes I think about the content and, the aspect of Job's journal that, is the part that's posted online and shared on, different websites and Patreon and whatnot, that sometimes the journaling part of this hobby feels almost performative, and like I have deadlines for myself that I need to complete. But honestly, I had so much fun just journaling today, and I think I need more days like this. I don't know if you create content online. Do you feel that way? Like you feel like you need to churn out things? And it's funny because I don't even really post very often on Instagram, and I have been pretty casual with posting on YouTube, but I think because of Patreon and whatnot, I feel like I need to like stay on top of things. And with work, I am trying to strike a balance between creating journaling spreads for myself, because there's a lot of stationary play that I get to do for work too, and you would think that someone would get sick of it, like oh, I don't want to journal today because I did it for work. But honestly, it's still been really fun, and I can't be any happier with my work. Obviously, it's been super busy if you've been following on Instagram and whatnot, but we just finished the TRC caravan, and it was so busy and exciting, and this journaling day happened before the caravan, and it felt like a nice little rest before things got busy again.
Ooh, okay, so I was about to just video call my friend, and my neighbor was like, hey, you got mail stuffed into your mailbox, and it's my Eggtober Patreon postcard, and it turned out so good. It's the mini collages that I've been doing in my passport TN for Eggtober. Hey, let's get back to work. Okay, it's like almost noon. It's like 11:30. I finished one spread, and I actually called my best friend and I called my family. So like we're on a pretty rocky start in terms of like journaling, but a good start in terms of like creating meaningful connections with people. But yeah, we're gonna continue. But I really want to finish, I think, 2 more spreads by 1 o'clock, and then cook lunch, and then possibly shift gears and work on something digitally just to keep my brain and my creativity flowing in different projects. Because sometimes when I work too long in my TN, I go into that flow state, and that's all I can do, like just work on my TN, and I have other projects that I want to work on. So we shall continue journaling. Okay, bye.
I think the journaling flow state is something that is very real, and I just get in the zone like any task, honestly. Like once you enter that flow state, and if you don't know what that is, it's like when you are working on a task or doing something repetitive, everything feels frictionless in terms of what you're doing. Like you get into the groove. If we're talking about like common phrases, that's what the flow state is. It's when things kind of just fall into place seamlessly as you work, and you feel like you don't have obstacles, and you're almost cruising, and almost like on autopilot almost, where things just come naturally. And I love that feeling. And it's funny how I was saying like, oh, I don't want to go into the flow state because I want to work on other projects too, but I really love when you're journaling and you just get in the zone and you write all of your thoughts down and your layouts just come into place. Honestly, this layout was really fun to work on because I was trying out different ways to interact with photos on my journal spread, and I came across this idea of like making it like a diagram and like labeling it. I was just thinking of my teaching days when I was journaling during this session, and I was like, oh, this is like a fun like labeling moment. Like I'm gonna create some lines to the pictures and just write a little label, and write about what happened in that photo. But I don't know, it just looks more scientific in a way. Like it looks like we're like labeling a map or like labeling a diagram of something, and I think that's really cool. One journal spread done. It's a different approach than I would normally take. It has kind of like photos, and then instead of doing a paragraph, I just did like lines to indicate my journaling for that photo. And I actually like it. It's like a little, I don't know, scientific approach. I don't know, it's not really scientific, but kind of reminds me of like when you're doing labeling a diagram kind of vibe. And it was a little cold that day, and I'm watching Karina Loves to Plan, and I'm gonna do another page. Okay, let's go. As we head closer to 2025, I've been pondering about my journaling practice, and as I look at the spreads that we're creating here, I think I'm reminded that I need to slow down and reassess what I want to use for next year. I think there's so many shiny new things and fun things to try, but I think this year has been very informative in terms of what my future is going to be like in terms of my relationship with journaling, because this was the first full year that I worked in this new position and have learned all of the different things that come with my role and how it affects my day-to-day life, my journaling practice, my planning, and also just like my day-to-day life. And I think as I move forward in 2025, I really want to look into creating a sustainable journaling habit. And I think the sad part with that is that I can't take on as many journals and books as I want to. I really wanted to use different notebook systems that are a little bit more niche. You might have heard of them on the channel before. I've used them before. I really wanted to use an Our Studio journal. It's the research journal that Our Studio makes, but I realized that just because I want to use and try out different planner layouts and journal layouts doesn't mean that I can fully commit to it for the full year. And I think the constant game of catch up that I've been playing in my journals is indication that my current practice of how I've been doing things is not sustainable. I stopped using my Hobonichi Hone, which is a dated book. It has a day per page, and I stopped using that. And I have a few dated inserts, and I think most of them kind of have been abandoned. I had a vertical weekly layout that was a predated insert from Traveler's Company. It's the diary refill in the vertical layout. I haven't even finished the first half of the year. That still needs to be filled in, and that's something that I need to work on as one of my side projects before the end of the year comes. And I abandoned my Hobonichi Hone, and I am only keeping up with my passport size traveler's notebook predated insert. It's the weekly insert. It's like the tiny blue one that comes in two books, the first half of the year and the second half of the year. And I've been using that as my daily log for all of my memory keeping, at least my main memory keeping, because it's small enough and easy enough to fill in most days. And honestly, I'm still behind in that sometimes. Like I'll go like 2 or 3 days without journaling in it. And I think that is an indication for me that although this year was crazy busy, I don't think next year is going to be any less busy. And so I'm trying to be more mindful of, the journals and the planners that I want to commit to. And hence, that's why I haven't created a 2025 planners and journal video or like a Techo Kaigi video, because I still don't know what I'm going to use. I kind of know what I'm going to use, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want to commit. And also, I don't even know if I want to do that video this year. Like, is it going to be boring to say, like, I'm just using the same system as this year, but like even less? But I guess people still want to know. I think. I don't know if people want to know. Do you want to know? Let me know if you want to know. If you don't care, that's fine too. But yeah, I enjoy watching people's like Techo Kaigi's or like planner and journal setup videos for 2025, just because it's fun to hear everybody's thought process. And obviously, like, we can make time for things that we love, but I love making time for making content and making stuff for my patrons. And so those are a bigger priority for me at this time. Not to say that in the future things might change, but I think for 2025, there's going to be a big emphasis on using less pre-dated inserts and more, more room for inserts and notebooks and systems that allow me to work more flexibly, I can't English right now. That are more flexible. There you go. That work more flexibly. Is that even a word? I don't even know. But let's listen to Job, or past Job, do some vloggy bits right now.
Okay, so it is 12:18 and I just finished this layout and I really like it. I use this super thick classic washi, which I love. It's actually one that I would use all the time, but the thinner one. But this is like out of stock now, so I couldn't find the 1.5 centimeter version, so I've been using this thicker one, and it's pretty cool to make these like thick borders. And I just did this kind of different layout where it's a photo, the date, and like a prompt sticker. This is from Everyday Explorers X Abby, and it's the everyday journaling phrases, and I just use that here. I tried to, like, some of these don't connect, like musings. It was just a picture of food, but it kind of makes sense to me. And yeah, I like how this page turned out also. I wish I used a contrasting sticker here because the beige kind of gets washed out here, but overall, I really like how this page turned out. I like how this page turned out. It's two very different styles that I haven't done before, and it's a good way to journal with photos if you printed too much, because that's my problem that I need to work on. I print way too many photos because I need to fill up like my Canon selfie 4x6 page, and I end up printing like a minimum of like 9 photos each time, when in reality I only need like probably like 1 or 2 for each day. But I can't help myself. I love photos and taking photographs anyways, so it kind of adds to the whole documenting part of my life, because I love documenting through photos as well, so it matches my journaling as well. But this is what we're at. This is what the desk is looking like. The coffee cup's looking a little gross. And then this is what I use for my desktop garbage bin. It's not usually this overflowing, but this is actually can I still close it? Barely. This is a Penco square storage. I love this because normally when it's this full, I empty it out, but when I'm journaling, I love having, a bin on my table. And this is like a cool aesthetic way to keep a bin on your table without it looking like a garbage bin on your table. And I know it seems like a little extra, but I've seen other people use desktop garbage bins, so I really like this, and I'm probably going to empty this out at the end of my journaling session, but I usually keep this on top of my Penco tray here. This actually has all my... I'm just a garbage collector. I just hoard all ephemera that I think is cool, and I keep this in here if I want to journal with it in the future. And yeah, this usually lives on here closed, and it's on the furthest corner of my desk because I don't normally access that area. But yeah, the desk is looking all right, I guess, but could be cleaner. But That is not the objective of this journaling session. Okay, let's do... My goal is to finish this whole Vancouver trip now. I still have these photos, but I don't know if we're gonna get to it. I think I'm just gonna speed run it, honestly. And then I always have too many photos, so I will use this for other journals, and it's nice to keep. These are pretty generic photos anyways, so yeah, we'll keep chugging along.
At this point in the day, it's almost like 12 or 1 p.m. and I was getting a little bit tired with journaling. I think I was a little bit hangry, honestly, but we persevered, and I wanted to document again my time in Vancouver, and I was using a lot of found ephemera. And I think this year, is this more of like a reflection kind of video? But yeah, I think in this year I realized that I really do enjoy focusing on using found ephemera. As much as I love stationery and buying stationery, I personally think I didn't buy a lot of stationery this year in terms of like PET tapes, and maybe I did buy some washi tapes this year, and I have been gravitating towards stickers this year, but I think compared to past years, I really have toned it down a little bit. Maybe it's just being around a lot of the TRC and plotter like goodies, and maybe I've bought more covers this year than I should have. But in terms of like journaling supplies, I haven't really bought much. And I think my favorite thing is when I go back to Vancouver, I always bring a few new items back with me, or like items in my stash that seem new, but I've had them for like years. It's just that I don't have access to it in Long Beach. So maybe that's why I haven't been shopping as much. But I think overall I've been loving using found ephemera, and I have been trying to deliberately save more ephemera throughout my days because that's what I enjoy more. I love looking at like packaging and seeing like random bits of paper from my day in my journal. I do want to say that I do really like, I did buy one thing, and it's probably going to be in my favorites video for 2024, and it's this sticker book. I don't think I've ever really shown it on the channel. It might have made a few appearances on Instagram, but it's this ransom note sticker book. I really love it. I bought it online, and I've used it a lot more recently in like the second half of the year. I actually bought it for a workshop when I was teaching at Stationery Fest, and a lot of the students used it, and then luckily there was still a lot of stickers left, so I can use it in my own like practice. But I've been really loving that sticker like book, and I don't know, I think that style kind of speaks to a lot of journaling trends that I've seen a lot on TikTok. I spend a lot of time on TikTok, actually. It's like my preferred social media of choice for like my own personal brain rot, and that sounds so ridiculous, but it's true. And I actually don't follow a lot of like journaling creators and even friends on TikTok because I really just use it to zone out and consume content that is not related to like planning, stationery, journaling, art, and design. Like a lot of that is on Instagram, and I watch a lot of it on YouTube already, and so TikTok is like really just like a fun app for me to like zone out. And it's been funny actually, you know, seeing when there's, you know, journaling content on there. I'm like, oh, like this is a rare case on my For You page, and I try to see like what's up. And honestly, I have been so surprised that this new, I don't know what to call it, like this new wave junk journaling, scrapbooking community has kind of blown up on TikTok. Like I think it's definitely a much younger audience, and it's like, I don't know, it feels like a new cohort of like crafty people. It's super interesting. And honestly, there's so many similarities to the way I journal, and a lot of how, you know, people in, I guess it's weird to say our community, but like, with this age bracket and, you know, this specific niche of people that love Japanese stationery and Traveler's Notebook, Hobonichi, like there's a lot of intersections, obviously, because it is crafting and planning and journaling as a giant umbrella, but it's interesting to see how it manifests in different like generations and whatnot. Honestly, I could talk about this for ages, like the intricacies of like online communities and how they mirror each other. It's kind of like my Roman Empire. And this is like, I have no one to talk to about this, honestly. It's just like in my head, like, oh, it's interesting that like, yeah, ransom note like styles and stickers are very popular right now, and like very popular in like pop culture and like, you know, the pop zeitgeist. It's, I don't know if we should make a video about this. Like, let me know if you want to talk about like journaling trends, or like, I don't know, it feels like there's a lot of fun topics that can be explored in that, in terms of like a video. So let me know if you want to watch that. But I think we're gonna do some check-ins right now and probably do some cooking soon.
I feel like I'm actively so slow at journaling. It took me so long to finish this. It's like, what, 12, almost 1? 12:54. It took so long. But I worked on this spread when I visited my friend, and we went to Phnom Penh, which is my favorite restaurant ever in Vancouver. And it took me like 30 minutes, I guess, to finish this, but I actually wrote quite a bit. So I also got distracted and finished my kind of packaging journaling. In the back of my TNs, I always like to keep a lot of the packaging, and I finally completed it. And I like, well, not really completed it. I'm going to write a little blurb there. And yeah, I think there's not many spreads left. There's only this spread left in this journal, I think. Yeah. So we have to hustle. Will I fit everything? Is there any, sometimes I leave blank pages in certain parts. No, I think it's fully, wow. Okay. This is the last spread, I guess. Okay. I'll get back to work.
And welcome to the cooking portion of this video. I know this was like a cozy vlog, and I don't know if seeing raw meat is like triggering, so I'm sorry if you're vegan or vegetarian. If you're watching this, you can skip like for 5 minutes. But before I wanted to cook lunch, I thought I would marinate some short ribs in like a Korean bulgogi style marinade. I just made this up on the go. Like, usually if you make like bulgogi, it's really good to use like pear or apple as like the sweetener. And actually, I was watching like New York Times cooking videos about Thanksgiving, and apparently like using apple and pear in Thanksgiving foods is popular because it helps tenderize like meat, like especially turkey. Apparently, I don't know if I have that word for word, but apparently pear and apple have, you know, certain enzymes that help break down meat. But that's all to say that this is a very Korean style short rib recipe, like LA Galbi style short ribs, and that we're gonna marinate them.
Okay, so the sound quality sucks. Just ignore that there's things playing. But we marinated the beef short ribs for dinner, and then I have to make lunch. It's already 1 though, so I think I'm just gonna have scrambled eggs, which I've been obsessed with lately, and some sourdough. And then maybe on the sourdough I want peanut butter. But yeah, I'm gonna have like a casual. Actually, maybe we'll open up some tinned fish. I don't even know. We're just gonna make something quick.
Moonlight peeks through the curtains. Another night, another fight. How do you feel? Are you hurting? Maybe we should take some time. I think I tend
Thank you so much for supporting Eggtober. If you missed Eggtober, it was this casual 31-day challenge. I wouldn't consider it a drawing challenge. It could have been, a collage challenge or whatnot, but it's similar to how a lot of people do like a drawing challenge in October, like Inktober, which is kind of defunct now because I don't know if there's controversy that happened. I know that a lot of people stopped using Inktober, but I always followed Peachtober, which is Furry Little Peach's like drawing challenge for October. And I thought I would do something similar because on Patreon we did like a little poll and everyone was down to do a month-long challenge, and so Eggtober came to be, and it was 31 prompts that you can convey in any way you want. You can draw it, you can write about it, you can collage it, any way you want to represent the prompt you can do it. And it was such a fun month-long challenge. Honestly, I'm really bad at month-long challenges. I always take them on and never complete them. And so when I finally completed 31 collages, which I didn't get to show you because I was gonna work on it today in this video, but we didn't have time. But I did finish the 31 Sunny Angel drawings that I set out to do. And if you don't know what Sunny Angels are, they're just this fun collectible figurine. It's actually a blind box, and so you don't know what you're gonna get inside, but it's usually this cute little angel baby that has a different like hat head on. And so I thought I would draw a Sunny Angel base and then change the hat or like their head every single day to fit the prompt. It's super silly and super niche, and honestly, like, I'll probably look at this in the future and be like, why did I do that? But I don't know, it's super cute. I really enjoyed it, and I did a free sticker on Patreon for the male tier. And yeah, it was such a fun challenge, and I'm just happy that I did it because I never complete 31-day challenges, and I completed Eggtober 2 times, one through these digital drawings, and I also did the collages for Patreon. If you're interested in seeing more of this, there's like a bunch of stuff on Patreon. I'll link it down below. But yeah, I think I'll turn these into stickers, these Sunny Angels, in the future. I haven't done anything with them, or maybe make a little zine or something. But yeah, overall it was super fun.
Hi, it's already 4 o'clock, so I think I ate around 2 o'clock or finished cooking at 2, and basically spent like 30 minutes to eat, and then I spent maybe an hour and a half, so maybe 2:30 till 4, well, till now, to finish all of the Eggtober Sunny Angels. So I drew the pencil, hat, which is the LA Dodgers themed one, camera, which is pretty much my camera, the XT4, but change it to Eggy film instead of Fujifilm. And then, guys, I'm obsessed with Labubu. I don't own one, but it's a keychain / pop mart / collectible figurine, kind of like Sunny Angels. It's like blind boxes, and so I made one. It's this kind of meta because Sunny Angels is already a blind box and Labubu is one, so it's a little bit meta, but I really like how that one turned out. And then the day 29 was socks, so I turned the Sunny Angel to Dobby. Dobby is a free elf. And then day 30, my TSL bag, because the prompt is bag. And then the last one was the easiest and so cute. Number 31 is Star, because she's a star. Actually, Sunny Angels are guys, actually. And then I was 3 days late, so I just created this visual because I finished Spoon. I drew Spoon and Pencil today. Sorry, I didn't show that. I drew Spoon and Pencil. So I drew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I sped run 7 Sunny Angel drawings now, and it's 4, so I'm gonna do the recycling and then continue journaling. So I feel like I'm making good progress with my creative projects today. I feel really good. Okay, status of the stationery table. We're back. We're gonna finish Vancouver spreads, and then I gotta work on these guys, the remaining collages for not for Sunny Angels, for Eggtober, and then maybe I'll cut some silhouette stickers today. I'm not sure. Okay, the journaling has been going meh because I'm really distracted by watching 911. But I put these in the oven and they're halfway through, and I'm increasing the temperature to 425 so that they get a little bit more brown. But ooh, look at the Korean short ribs. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm gonna journal a bit more and then probably eat at around like 7:30. I'll cook sticky and glazy just how we like it. I'm gonna cut them up and then eat, and then yeah, just on time. I said we would eat around 7 and it's 6:45.
It's after dinner, and you can tell that it's later in the day because I'm losing the will to vlog and to update you all. But it was about, I think, 8 p.m. at this point, and I was just trying to wind down, and you can see that I'm not journaling as much. I'm trying to journal, but I'm very distracted by what I'm watching. I'm currently so into this procedural drama show called 911. It's about firefighters and paramedics in LA, and I'm so invested. I started watching it, I think, late last year, and then got super into it this year, and I'm not caught up yet. There's 8 seasons and I'm like halfway through, but I love the show so much, and I don't think I've cried over fictional firefighters this much ever in my life, actually. So I really like it. Let me know if you're watching it. But I think watching 911 has been like a good reminder for me that like life is so fragile and it's so ephemeral. Whoa, what a big word. And you know, to just live life to the fullest, because things can change in a matter of moments. And I know it sounds so like grim, but it's a nice thing to, I guess, leave you all with today. This video was very random, and I think the voiceovers are very random because they're not cozy at all. It's honestly very unhinged. But it was really nice to just chat with you all. It's been a while since we've had a chance to do this. I have been feeling angsty with my YouTube channel and content because honestly, if I'm gonna be real with you all, I really wanted to level up Job's journal and make it more cinematic. And I follow a lot of, you know, cinematic YouTubers, and I watch a lot of cinematic TikToks that have like amazing image quality and it's color graded and whatnot, and I want to do that. But I also am at the heart of Job's journal, there's a lot of like chatty moments, and I feel like I can't not chat with you all because that's how Job's journal started. It was always just a sped up journal with me while I yapped about my life and chatted with you all about journaling, stationery, and fun things. So I'm trying to be less angsty about this channel and social media, and just to post what I like, but also to push my boundaries and to try new things. So thank you for allowing me the chance to do that, because there's been a bunch of different types of videos on this channel, from like face-to-face videos and like deep dives about Hobonichi and whatnot, and stuff like this where it's like a little bit of everything. It's, you know, vlogs, it's journaling, it's yapping, and I'm so thankful that you know, have stuck by me for the past 9 years. 2025 is coming up, and 2015 is when I started journaling and I bought my traveler's notebook. So it's my 10-year journaling anniversary, and I can't wait to explore what that's going to look like for me and for this channel. If you have any suggestions of what you want to watch on Job's journal, let me know, and I will definitely consider, you know, your suggestions, because you guys made it possible that I could move to California and start this new job and work with stationery full time. And you know, I'm forever grateful for all of you. And with that, I'm gonna leave past Job to close this video.
I realized I never finished the video because I started watching Multiverse of Madness and brought all my crap to the dining table and moved it like on top of my couch so I could watch TV in peace while journaling. And this is the final spread here. I'm just gonna finish this. Obviously, it's the next day, so this is technically like unfinished, but I completed the journal. I completed the whole insert, so that's a win. Honestly, I feel like I really made the most of my Saturday and all my creative projects. I hope you enjoyed joining along. Obviously, this video is a little bit like odd because the pacing and everything was a little bit different, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless, and I hope you spent a nice creative day for yourself as well. Okay, I love you so much. Please take care. If you made it to the end of this video, leave a let's do like a notebook emoji since we completed an insert today. Okay, I love you so much. Please take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.